Oh, here we go. The SEC at it again, ruling by enforcement. They're coming after Coinbase. Let's talk about it, guys. And listen, I'm not too concerned just yet because we've seen this same old story. Right now, the SEC just going after anybody and everybody, especially the big dogs. We've seen them go after Kraken. We've seen them go after Coinbase. And what's crazy is they're calling this a potential security charge, which we don't even have a definition on what's a security yet in the cryptocurrency market. I wish we did because well, we can actually innovate instead of stall out like we are and, lose ground on the countries that have already figured it out. But that's neither here nor there. But Coinbase warned by the SEC of potential securities charges. So right now, the SEC issued crypto exchange Coinbase a Wells notice, which is a warning that the exchange that it identified potential violations of U.S. securities law. Now, Coinbase said the warning wouldn't mean any changes to the exchange's current products or services, and the notice is the second warning from the SEC. Meanwhile, Brian Armstrong, who tried to go to Washington, D.C. after the first time they came after him and figure out, hey, what are we doing wrong, right? Give me some clarity. Never got it. And now they're coming after him again. And this was just in February, okay? So this is kind of how the SEC is playing it out. Now, keep this in mind. There are other governing bodies outside of the SEC that want to adapt, that want to integrate crypto. It's just the SEC right now that is going after crypto because they're all about, what's a registered security and what's not. But again, we don't even have clarity on what that looks like in crypto. But they're, basically using the same laws they have in place to just put the hammer down on anything and everything. But let me dive into this article here. Let's get some of the specifics and talk about what this means. So Coinbase shares fell nearly 12% in the extended trading after the news broke on Wednesday, adding to an 8% drop during the regular trading hours. Based on discussions with the staff, the company believes these potential enforcement actions would relate to aspects of the company's spot market staking service, Coinbase Earn, which let me talk about that real quick. These Earn programs, that is not good. And I think these should be regulated because this is passive money. Like if I'm putting my money over here, parking it over here and just earning 10% just because, that is a security, right? By definition, this whole idea of staking, right? That, though, is different than just coming after every single company that's not Bitcoin. But all right, here we go. Coinbase Prime and Coinbase Wallet. So Coinbase said in a regulatory filing that the potential civil action may seek injunctive relief, disgorgement, and civil penalties. Now, the SEC has ramped up its enforcement of the crypto industry, as we know, bearing down on companies and projects that regulators allege were hawking unregistered securities. Keep in mind, allege, right? Because we don't even know what that looks like. Reports first surfaced of an SEC probe into Coinbase in mid-2022. That's when they first got their scare. This was months before the collapse of FTX, by the way, in November of last year. And now, all of a sudden, the SEC wants to go after every single exchange. And they're going after Coinbase and Kraken for a reason. Those are the two exchanges in the United States that have actually checked all the boxes, that have actually done everything they're supposed to do. According to the information they have at their disposal, right? They've done everything they need to do. But still, the SEC coming after them hard. So Brian Armstrong put a list of tweets together. Today, Coinbase received a Wells notice from the SEC focused on staking and asset listings. A Wells notice typically precedes an enforcement action. Again, the staking issue, they went after Kraken with this too. I think this is actually a good move. We need to just get rid of the passive, 10%. I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, some people may disagree. That's fine. But we don't need that. Let's just, move on in the industry, take that away, take the staking away, let people innovate. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because Bitcoin seems to be safe right now. They're looking at it as a commodity, even the SEC, who hates crypto. But everything else, that's the big question. What does everything else look like? But meanwhile, you've got companies like Polygon partnering with Starbucks and McDonald's. You got companies like VeChain partnering with Walmart. You got companies like Avalanche partnering with Amazon. So what's going to happen here, right? What are we going to do about this? We'll see. But we'll keep tabs on this one for you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you in the next one.